why a lot of the people from Hyper, although they have, after meeting me, want nothing to do with me because I can't speak their language, right? But they all respect me. And the reason they respect is because there is nothing I say to them that has harmed them. You know, I've given them visibility so that they're able to make the best decisions in their lives.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And I'm looking at the chat because a lot of the leaders here actually came from Hyper. I'm reading one of this messages, which is good. It says, can you please remind Sam, Stable DAO is full of Hyperverse people. They won't be activated until they feel justified with receiving their past money. So I know you were supposed to do an update call just to update the community about where we stand with Hyper and what you've probably said to them or showing them with the screenshots of the 1X that they've been posting on Stable DAO. Can you just, for the leaders to have something to go back to their community and give them an update, can you just share with us where we stand with corporate, what you've shared with them, or what they're saying, what they're doing, so we could have some type of resolution to get back to our members who are just waiting?
Of course, and my interest is to get a resolution, right? Because a resolution clears my name. It's just as simple as that. So my interest is aligned definitely with your community's interest. So that is why, just to give you guys an update, although I've been getting 1X information and continue to collect 1X information, I have not publicized this 1X information because corporate is requesting more time to give a resolution to the community, because you have to understand, right? They know that time is not on their side, okay? I also can see that they have hidden, the withdrawal records from the back office, right? But they know time is not on their side. And the reason is, once this information in a pretty little report and spreadsheet with pie graphs and bar graphs and big numbers go public, right? The next step is the acceleration of relevant interested parties wanting to get more visibility on this. Obviously, I have an NDA, so aside from what's collected, I cannot share anything outside of this. I can share what you guys have given me because you guys have, by submitting that, given me permission to share that publicly. So they're asking for more time. They're asking for more time to do what? Okay? To do something that is to the benefit of the community instead of doing absolutely nothing. Okay? Remember, mediation is the best outcome for this community. Okay? If they wrap this all up and then voila, and then what that means is it's no longer a legal matter, it's a criminal matter. And when it's a criminal matter, no one really gets their money back, right? So these guys have money. And of course, because I'm going to be the guy responsible for bringing affiliate marketing and cryptocurrencies through Bitcoin back together again, like two old enemies who don't really understand each other becoming best friends, we're going to create magic and Bitcoin will be $100,000. Okay? And if that's the case, then guess what? They even have more money to make everyone whole. So I'm really just giving them a clear runway towards providing that 1X back to everyone, right? But time is not on their side. So that's my update. I haven't provided the report to the community, because once that happens, then the time that they have instantly shortens. And when it shortens to a certain extent, then I'm afraid I don't want to do something that prevents the community from getting mediation and getting an outcome.
And so just in your words, do you, in your heart of heart, believe that these individuals will get their 1X? It's just a matter of time. So do you believe that they will eventually get their 1X?
In the heart of hearts, because they have the money, they will eventually give the community that 1X. Okay? Eventually. And now it might be on a payment plan, but it has to start yesterday. Okay? But it is great that we have their attention. It is great that they are taking some preliminary actions to understand that this has to happen now.
Okay. And when you say they're taking some preliminary actions, what are those preliminary actions? One not disappearing? Like,
firstly, getting off their asses, yes. You know, we have to understand that time is not on their side. And, you know, the silliest thing that they could do is hide behind a mask. You know, businesses fail. It happens all the time. But at least be honest with people, right? And you know, some might forgive you, most won't. But then everybody moves on. The whole problem with you know, customer support that never responds, and a website that is not giving any updates, it is causing significantly more pain. You know, it's kind of like having that toxic relationship that you can't get out of. You know, you'd rather just, you know, the guy just, well, or the girl just, you know, takes a one-way ticket to the other side of the world. And, you know, you just go through significant pain for a very short period of time, and then it's over. You move on. But instead, this is a toxic relationship, and you know, it's not fair. So I'm here to move that along. And you know, I have the attention of corporate. I have the attention of the interested parties that want to bring corporate to justice, and time is running out.
Good. And you know, and I love what you said. The sooner they can do this, they can clear your name. So my question to you is, what do you say to that person who says Sam is just here to gather everybody's information and get their money and for his benefit? What do you say to that person saying that? Sam's just here to gather people's money and for his benefit, and we don't trust Sam. What do you say to that person? Because we're all trying our best to defend, but let you say it to them. What do you say to that person that keeps saying that?
Oh, well, I don't say anything to that person, because you know what? It's no point talking to people that don't believe me. You know, I am very successful because I don't waste time on people who don't believe me. Let's just put it this way, right? I'm putting myself in instant jail if I took everyone's money and I'm back here again. You have to understand, right? It makes absolute no sense. You know, if I'm that smart and I have the greatest advisors in many industries here to help me grow, then why would I make the stupidest decision in the world? So, look, what allowed me to come back out here to help deal with this matter, not for the community, mind you, let's just be selfish for a moment. It's for me to clear my name, right? Then what allows me to clear my name is for me to be strong. But how can I be strong if I'm the bad guy, right? And everybody's going after me, right? I can't be strong if I'm the bad guy, you know? So, in a nutshell, I'm a good guy or I'm a very stupid bad guy that's about to go to jail. So, it's either one or the other.
I love your transparency. I love how you you speak what's on your heart and your mind. You really do. And I can appreciate that.
And sorry, and one more thing. It's like you could literally have me walk into any regulatory, legal, or law enforcement facility, right? And I'll walk in there and then walk right back out, right? Because let's all face it, right? Only normal people who have let's just say only normal people who do normal business sign legal contracts, right? I'm signing legal contracts with normal people who do normal business because, that's the only language that they understand. They're like, oh, Sam might screw me, so let me just do a 40-page contract and get him to sign it, right? But the world at the very top, it's this. It's this, all right? What we say is the truth because so help me God, right? If we lie about anything, right, it's not about whether we can let ourselves past with that lie, but it's just such a stupid thing to do because it is so inefficient. The circle at the very top is so small. Everybody knows everybody. And you know why none of this hyperverse stuff matters to me? Is because my circle just knows that that's just shit I don't do, right? So I'm just saying, right? At the world at the top, you don't trade money. Money's meaningless. We all have money, and you know what? I'll give you an example, right? I'm doing a real estate transaction in Sri Lanka, but behind the scenes to the blockchain center we just established there. Made $35 million off 2 material contracts, arbitraging interest rates between the local Sri Lankan currency and the US dollar, right? It's a $120 million real estate deal, but because hedging the currency over 5 years through those 2 legal contracts, $35 million will be made, right? So how much did that actually cost me, right? It's $500,000 in legal fees in arrears, as in once the deal is done, I pay the $500,000 and make 35. Did I put any money down? The answer is no. And you know why I don't have to put money down? Because I'm not a normal human being, because people trust me. So I can basically just use my face and say, this deal is done. Money's in the bank. Let's go already, right? Trust is what accelerates our ability to build together. And unfortunately for, the rest of the business community, they're the ones who have to put, the deposit in order to secure a contract, in order to participate on a wait list of a deal. Excuse me. What I'm trying to say is the highest levels of this world is trading trust, not trading money, because trust makes money move faster. That is why blockchain is such an important tool. It accelerates trust. It accelerates trust because the value that money can move in the blockchain can be accelerated through trust that is not dependent on human beings, but based on maths and cryptography. And that is something that never lies. So I'm sorry I went on a bit of a ramble, but
no, that was good.
You know what? I just want to give a little bit more visibility on, why you should trust me, because there is no reason for me to, do anything that will slow things down when the world is running out of time. We're talking about de-dollarization. We're talking about the Great Reset. It is happening, and we need to be on the right side of that. And so I want to accelerate all of us towards consensus. And that is why the most misunderstood industry, network marketing, is actually the most powerful tool to create consensus. As long as you guys have my direct contact details, and anything that the leaders say has to be honest, because guess what? You could fact check directly with me. Then guess what? We're not running a normal network marketing company where we're trying to arbitrage information to have this half of the people screw the other half of the people. No, there's going to be plenty of people in the world that are going to be already screwed when the Great Reset happens. And what we need to do is to save them by having them hedge their bets and have a little bit of Bitcoin.
I love it, Sam. You mentioned something once before that, money is not your issue. It's more of building this community and getting the people. So that's why when you said you went on a rant, it was good because you were just saying money is not your issue. I remember you saying that before. It's not your issue. It's more of building this community and building the trust. So as you build a community, build the trust, and people win in this space with you, that builds that trust factor again with you. So that's my understanding when you say all of this, is that just trust me in this journey. You're putting your face out there. This is your baby. You also mentioned that you're more of an asset in the crypto space than a liability. So all those were things that I took into account and I was listening to, and I'm able to share with the community and say, yeah, time will tell and time will expose. So if you're the bad guy, time will expose you. And if you're the good guy, time will expose you.
Absolutely. But sometimes, what I love doing is just making sure that regulators wake up. Regulators are here to protect you, yet they're asleep at the wheel. That's why they keep bailing out the crooks, not just on Wall Street, but, the crooks in the crypto industry as well. Come on. You could just put a company into bankruptcy and call it a day, and then all the customers lose all their money and nothing happens to you. Nothing happens to the founder. Then what's the point of a license if it's not enforceable? So unfortunately, this industry is full of regulators that take action too late. And you know what? That's why we're running into the same issue where our community is falling prey to the same scams, unfortunately, right? And guess what, right? That is why, I always run things in the order of education, regulation, and innovation. Okay, so yes, I educate regulators, but I'm more than happy now that I've inherited this community to educate everyone here. Not in what you guys do, because you guys understand this way more than me, right? So that's why when you tell me something and it makes absolute sense, and I'm hearing it from 10 different leaders, from 10 different countries, then, I just have to get onto the phone the next hour and get this change request action in 24 hours, right? So that's how responsive I am, But more importantly, I'm here to be responsive, to move quickly, and to make right decisions based on the feedback of leadership, so that we basically just clean this industry up. Because, the problem with scammers is, they can move quickly, but then they have to hide. Or, legitimate business people, which move slowly in this industry and eventually run into liquidity issues because the market's already moved on. So, you know what? I can do both, right? I'm a legitimate business person, but because I know how to deal with regulators, I don't mind moving very, very quickly and coming out with you guys as winners on the other side.
That sounds exciting because you have a group of people who literally love helping people. We all got in this space and joined these platforms because we found a way that everyone can help each other and we all win together. But unfortunately, there are those companies that are out to scam, and they have put a bad taste in our mouths, and it made us feel that we can't trust easily anymore. But we have a choice to either trust and see what happens, and also, kind of play it safe. Meaning, I tell people, don't start with just only risk the amount that you're willing to risk, right? Don't put anything in there that you're not willing to risk. And for you to come out and saying, look, I'm going to write a check, that we truly appreciate that. So what I will do, Sam, is get from the community leaders. I'm going to get from the leaders what type of solution I could share and bring to you, so we can kind of implement something, because they're all ready to work. They just don't know who to work with because they don't know the people. They don't have access to the people, but they're willing to work. They're just here like, we hear 800,000 people. How do we get to them? How do we help them? And they want to do that. So if we're going to do it that way, let's come up with a solution that we can all divide the people amongst ourselves and work with them. I think if we do it that way, we all win. Everyone wins. Every single person wins. So thank you so much. I am a person, I don't waste people's time. We appreciate your time. I've answered majority of the questions. Some of the questions are repeat. I was reading the chat. So I like this group because they're leaders and they're not going to sit there and ask you the same question over and over. So we look forward to having you. We plan on having a weekly Zoom. Trust me, it's going to be 1,000 people every single week. So we plan on making that happen. And the fact that you are visible, I know they'll be able to appreciate it, to be able to say, here is Sam. And this is the first time I've seen, Sam, where an actual owner of a company is disvisible. This is the first time I've seen it where the owner of a company is disvisible. So this means a lot that you're putting yourself on the line here. And like you said, the reason you're doing it is to clear your name. So, we want the 1X and we want the name cleared. Those are two things.
Yeah, and we've had many strong leaders in hyper days, right, in the MLM space. And unfortunately, I haven't gotten the opportunity to learn from all of them. And it would be great to have me now be strong for these leaders, right? They've all done well. They've probably moved on, but it's perfectly fine, because they were in a position where they met me, and I was not ready with the knowledge in order to deal with this community, right? Everything happened so quickly for you guys, just like it has happened for me as well. And it just meant that just as you guys were caught off guard, I was caught off guard as well. Okay? So I don't do anything unless I have the assurity that I'm going to win. Because you know what? One of the rules is don't fight a losing war. Okay? It's not fun. So it took me longer than necessary. Well, it took me longer than what the community would have liked for me to be out here to fight for this community. But that time is necessary for me to make sure that I'm able to win for this community, to create a great outcome. Now, there's one more question on the chat, and then I'll hand this back to Brenda for her to end. And that is, do you think it is possible that the government can outlaw cryptocurrencies? The answer is, if they don't want to collect taxes from this new asset class, then yes. Okay? And that has been successfully done in, drumroll, China. And that is perfectly fine. Okay? That is perfectly fine, because China says, we just want to make sure that we are not letting our people participating in what is, what I believe a fundamental human right of being able to create and exchange a decentralized value of exchange, right? So that is absolutely fine, right? But for all the democratic countries out there, and even the authoritarian countries out there, as long as they want to tax this new asset class, and they'd be silly not to, because it's just, you know, it's just a new revenue source, right? Then they will embrace this cryptocurrency. And the blockchain centers around the world that I've in the past built and will continue to build are the front to legalizing and regulating the space through educating regulators as well as the public about this amazing technology and all the benefits, as well as the many drawbacks that this technology imposes. Because if you don't get the regulation right in this market, you will face so many challenges, right? And that is why we're in a race against time, okay, to really bring people into this space. And you know what will be the easiest way to bring people into this space? Is give them the safest investment opportunity that will bring back the next bull market, and that is buying and holding Bitcoin. Okay, back over to you, Brenda, and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Sam. We appreciate you. I want to allow everyone to unmute so they can say how much they love you and say goodbye. So thank you, Sam.
Thank you,
and everyone
Sam.
feel free to unmute and say your
Thank you,
goodbyes.
Sam.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank
you, Sam.
Bye, everybody. Thank you,
Sam.
Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you. Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you
Thank
so much,
all.
Sam.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Bye, everyone.